Hello guys and welcome to a brand new video. Today I'm here with My Hero Academia, the final season episode number 6 reaction. Alright, the previous episode we had Shigaraki versus Deku. The battle resumed and we kind of lost one of the quirks that Deku had because of his what was it, the danger sense, right? Yeah, he lost the danger sense and that made the whole situation even more difficult. Now Shigaraki can see whenever there's like an attack coming. um, and later on we get to see how number two, Kudo, I think that was his name, he said, it was him, right? Yeah, he said that now like there's one thing that they can do, which is throw one of the quirks into like Shigaraki, and there's apparently like a little wound made by Star and Stripes inside of his body, like internally. So through that wound, which like contains his inner self, like the little kid Shigaraki, like throwing the quirk over there and try to like damage him like that. So that's what they're planning. So we're literally throwing our quirk to the other side, hoping it works. It's a gamble, but that's the only thing we can do because obviously Deku wants to save Shigaraki. Um, so yeah. So either way, let's see what happens. Let's see if it works or not. The gamble pays off or not, and what happens. Let us begin. I'll be putting the subtitles and the timer here. Sync it to whichever is your preference, and let's begin. Okay, here's the countdown. 3, 2, 1, go. Okay, here we go. Oh boy. Yeah. Hmm. Oh boy. Hmm. Good lord. Oh boy. Right. Hmm. I see. So we can do it. Hmm. Right. or through his mouth or his nose or his not nose, I guess, mouth. If some blood particles go in. Mm. Oh, he's scratching. All right, here we go. Yeah, but oh, 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 interesting. Yeah, he isolated it so it won't spread. Ah, bruh. Yeah. Oh, danger. Right. Yeah. Oh, he used. Oh my god, that's how. Yeah, it's connected to the black whip. I gamble that would also have to. Yeah. Right. And he used the black whip to. Yeah. Because because he's fascinated so much with quirks, he knows how to actively use it. Oh, the hand's coming back. That's why. Oh, there we go. And the blood. Okay. There you go. There's the little wound. Wrench it open. Easy community. Oh boy. What's happening? Why is Midoriya? Yeah, what's going on? Yeah, I was gonna say, is it mixing? Because Spinner wasn't there. Yeah. It's between my brothers. Oh. The purpose to stop. Oh. Oh my god. All the hands. Okay. Wait, so is Deku quirkless now? Oh no, oh, he still has Black Whip. Oh, it was rejected. Yeah, he kept Black Whip because of. Oh. But that's. Hmm. Damn. Oh, the memories are still mixing. Hmm. Right. Hmm. Bruh. Okay. Well, time to make some cement. Uh, right. Okay. Finally, Gentle can stop supporting the thing now. Hey. Oh my god. Uh, well, right. Ball of hands. What happened to Eri? Where's she going? Oh. Yeah. Well, Denki's face. Hmm. Well, yeah. Well, Himiko kind of Himiko saved her, so Ochako will be fine. Is this Lady Nagant? Yeah. Hmm. Wow. Yeah, this is really affecting him because now all the memories are just everything that he has tried to run away from up until now is just confronting him head on. Oh boy. Well, Tenko has a connection to Shigaraki, so was she able to get in? She was able to get in. She might be able to help quite a bit because she has a connection to Shigaraki. Oh no, wait, she was repelled? Oh, I thought she was the one who was able to get in only. No, she was the only one who got repelled. Oh, okay. Okay, so all the yeah, so all of them got transferred. Right, here we are. Oh, hmm. Hey yo, he's trying everything to. He's trying everything to make him leave. Yeah. Hmm. Oh, there will be more obstacles. Come on. Ah, there you go, another obstacle. Ugh. Okay. Oh, this probably. What the? Wait, what's going? Whose hand is that? Here we go. Yeah. Okay. There you go. That was today's episode. All right, so today we got to see um, all the quirks, like all the factors, the quirk factors. They were able to get in, except wait, what was her name? Nana, right? I forgot her name. Nana Shimura. Except her, everyone was able to get in, and it's interesting because I was thinking it was because like Shigaraki had like some sort of a defense mechanism, especially for his grandmother. That's why Nana wasn't able to get in. But it was not that. It was her own weakness because, as she said, she was hesitating to get in because of a lot of regrets that she has had throughout her life. And, after losing her life, all these regrets still linger. Regrets related to her family, to, what happened to Shigaraki and all that. Things that she thinks that she might have been able to stop if she was there for them. So that regret, that guilt has been, has made her not being able to get in. So she got repelled because of that. And that is why I guess she is still with Deku because then obviously technically she's still part of Deku. So when Deku goes in, she's the only one that's there. All the other quirk factors has been able to infiltrate except her. Which I feel like in a weird way that's actually kind of helpful here. Maybe I don't know because like Deku will be actually breaching like the core memory of the whole like Shigaraki situation and his childhood. So since Nana is there with him, she will probably be able to witness all that. I don't think she'll be able to interfere with it, just like Deku is doing, because she technically has been rejected by not rejected, as she said, she was weak. She wasn't able to like have enough courage to go in. Like it was her weakness. She won't be able to interfere directly, but she's as a spectator, she will be seeing everything through Deku's eyes. Um, okay, so that's what's happening here. Now, are we at the end of the manga? I feel like that's what it is. I genuinely have no idea how big, how much longer the story is. I have heard this. Obviously, this is the final season, so I'm guessing this season will be the end of the story. But I'm not sure how much left there is of the story. The fact that we are I don't know. I thought that this whole infiltration into his inner self will at least be 1 or 2 episodes later. We already got in, so that's why I'm thinking I'm thinking we're closer than I thought towards the end. Um, anyways, because here's the thing, I'm pretty sure Deku will somehow be able to help Shigaraki here, and after that maybe there'll be a little bit more battle, and then everything will end. So since the fact that we have been able to infiltrate inside means that um, it is towards the end, because after defeating Shigaraki, I don't think there's anything else left to do, right? So yeah, either way, that's the situation. Now, today's episode actually showed a lot of other characters, what was going on with them. Like, like we've been focusing on Deku, Bakugo, like, like all of them for quite a few episodes. So we actually see the others here in today's episode. For example, the the landmass, after it was able to go down, Gentle was protect like supporting it. Cementos came in and kind of helped like evacuate the people. Everyone's getting evacuated. All the like uh, all of Deku's friends, his classmates, they're also evacuating. um, Denki had a very interesting like conversation topic that he brought up. He says that um the fact that like Deku is supposed to be like the strongest currently, and All Might was there once in that position. So the fact that I'm concerned about Deku and I'm not being able to put that much faith as I was able to in All Might. Like not that he cannot put in faith in Deku, he's just concerned about him. And the fact that when it was All Might, everyone was like, "Oh, it's All Might, everything will be fine." That was like the main thing. But Denki's saying like, I'm not able to bring that thought out in this situation at least. So does that mean I don't believe in his power enough? Like, I don't know. I feel like it's more of a fact that he knows Deku personally, and back then when he like admired All Might. Everyone admired All Might. It was more of a certain person who you didn't know. So it's basically like, oh, there's this person who is almost like like invulnerable. He's like always wins, and he's like the symbol of peace. I trust him like like very much. If he's going there, everything will be fine. That trust, that belief that everyone has for All Might is a little bit different here, because technically these guys are Deku's friends. You know them personally. Unlike when you were a kid looking up to All Might. All Might was a person who you saw in television, in like newspapers and all that. So personally, you had no connection. So that's why I think it's more of that. One of the reasons why you're concerned about Deku. Not only that, there's a lot of other things going on here. For example, everybody realizes this is supposed to be the very finale. Shigaraki is the only like the biggest threat left, and if Shigaraki wins, the whole world is doomed. Like, as for All Might, I'm sure he has had to face situations like this before, but it has never been to this extent that the whole situation escalated. This is like literally like, oh, if Shigaraki wins, it's over. I don't think there has ever been a situation like this. Maybe that situation where All Might versus All for One happened, that situation a little bit, So yeah, like, since this is such a critical situation, that's why everyone is more concerned about this situation than just being like, oh, everything will be fine, because this is like a serious situation. Another thing, the way they're covering the whole battle, like, is crazy. Absolutely crazy. What's that girl's name? That girl, the mechanic girl. I forgot her name. She made such a gadget, such a drone. It can actually catch and record every single thing that is happening over there. Those high-speed battles, it's capturing it like a movie. So you can see what's going on extremely clearly, and you're like, it's as if you're in that situation. That's why you're feeling concerned about the person over there, and this is actually happening in reality. Like, there's a lot of situations, if you think about it, as we watch anime, movies and all that, there's a lot of situations where it's a very like tense moment going on, a critical moment. Like, someone's like, some people are fighting, and like, something's going on, everything at stake. You sometimes actually feel concerned about the characters, even though you know that these characters are fictional. So can you imagine the same situation, but the person on the other side is not fictional, this is actually happening, and this is tied to what the future is going to hold for you and the world. Can you imagine the amount of concern that you will be feeling in that situation? That is insane. So I feel like there's so many factors here, which is the reason why, like, people cannot be like, oh, everything will be okay. They're concerned because they're like, nah, man, like, I trust in you very much, but I'm very much concerned. And yeah, and like I said, from the very, like, and the biggest reason is obviously because they are actually Deku's friends. That's like the biggest reason why that you cannot like be like, oh, everything will be all right, but you're actually feeling concerned about the situation. Either way, yeah. Anyway, that I don't know. I just really liked that question, not question, but that statement that Denki made. It was very interesting. And then we also see a few other characters here as well. Ochako, we see Ochako was being taken. She's also very injured, but I'm sure Ochako will be fine because Himiko made sure that she survives. Then we have we saw a little bit of Hawks as well. Lady Nagant also was talking about the whole situation with Deku, as to how he went above and beyond for her, so she can imagine that he's doing the same for Shigaraki as well. Yeah, so all these people we saw in today's episode. Eri, I forgot to mention about Eri. Eri was also there. He was wanting to like help out Deku, but she cannot really do anything. Kota was also there. Um, yeah, now obviously Gentle finally was able to get a little bit of break from supporting the whole thing. So all those people we saw in today's episode, yeah. Other than that, the first part was basically them, like, Deku trying to figure out how to infiltrate inside of Shigaraki's mind and just throw in the quirks. In the beginning, the plan was obviously to throw in number two. Then after number two was able to infiltrate, and we see like the memories are mixing, we realize that everything's working out. Like, because that's what they were doing. Number two said that I am going in as an experiment, as a gamble, to see if it works out or not. If it doesn't work out, then I guess it's fine. We have to keep fighting. But if it works out, then all of you come in. And that's what happened. I think that was his name, right? N. Number two, he was able to get in. And one of the biggest indications to that is a mixing of memories. Like Deku and Shigaraki were both seeing each other's memories. Like, and since it was mixing, things were not making sense, because there was a certain scene where we see Todoroki talking to Spinner in the in the school, like, tournament arc, which was obviously something like that never happened. So it's like it's getting mixed together, those two. That was the biggest indication that it's working, and that's why everyone else were also like, let's go in. Obviously Deku cannot send in Black Whip, because Black Whip was the one which he had to keep floating. Yeah, so I think he kept Black Whip up until the end, right? Check just a minute. When we see all the, oh no, he also sent Black Whip in as well. Okay, but yeah, I guess they did kind of mention before that, if you remember, I think it was a previous episode where they mentioned that even if you are transferring the quirk factors, your powers will still remain the. No, I think they said that his superpower, like extreme, power, that will still stay the same, because it's connected to all one for one for all. I don't remember. They mentioned this in the previous episode, one of the previous episodes. That's why even though he was like transferring the quirk factors, he could still keep fighting. It's something like that. I don't remember. But either way, he then one by one he sent all of them, and they were having trouble infiltrating the whole thing. So Deku kept fighting, Deku kept defeating, like punching him. All those hands and everything that comes out, those were like a defense mechanism from Shigaraki. So Deku had to break them and just go in and punch him in the chest, all those things. And obviously, like to transfer the DNA, he has to like just transfer a little bit of his blood inside of his wound. So that's how he was doing it. But yeah, finally, after multiple tries, yes, everyone was able to go in, except Nana. As Nana says, it is her own weakness to confront that past, which she has always regretted. So Nana's still with Deku now, and now Deku has come to the part where like in this section of his innermost, like Shigaraki's innermost psyche, where a lot of the things that he had to go through, a lot of his like a lot of the things that made him who he is repressed over there. And obviously it starts with the house where everything began. Deku comes in, and Shigaraki was trying to like kind of take him out, like literally send trucks and Stain and all of them to stop Deku from going in. But he was able to go in, and finally he has confronted Shigaraki and that innermost memory of him, of his father, like hitting him, that part. And that's where it ended. So let's wait and see what happens, how Deku confronts this situation, how Deku deals with this situation, and how Shigaraki reacts to this, because obviously Shigaraki wants to run away from this. Like, he has repressed it so much, and that feeds into the hatred that he has for the world. So yeah, let's see how they deal with this. And okay, so here's another thing. Does this mean that Deku's quirkless now? Like, I guess he still has Nana with him. Nana was not able to get in, so that's still there. And interesting, yeah. Like, I don't know. I never would have imagined that the finale of My Hero Academia would be Deku transferring his power to the enemy. Like, I cannot even imagine something like that being there. But here we are, I guess. So yeah, I guess maybe we'll get more explanation later as to what's going to happen from here onwards, because technically Deku's quirkless now, almost. So all his quirk factors are gone. He just sent them to the enemy. And obviously, another thing they mentioned, they have to do this quickly, because if we like keep lingering, then Shigaraki will be able to absorb the quirks and make use of it. Before that, we have to deal with this inner trauma of Shigaraki and come to some kind of I don't know, some kind of a conclusion with this whole thing. Otherwise, Shigaraki might actually start using these quirks sooner or later. And that would be absolutely horrible. Can you imagine? Right. So yeah, I think we are at the finale, like almost like knocking at the door of the finale, because technically Deku doesn't have any power now. He does have his power, like but it's not like the same. Most of the quirk factors have been, you know, I don't know. Anyways, yeah, that's what happened today. Right, and there you go. That was it. That was my reaction to My Hero Academia, final season, episode number 6. So shorter discussion today, because there wasn't really anything to talk about here. Like today we just saw a lot of the characters and saw like how Deku was trying to infiltrate. Next episode will probably have quite a bit things to think and talk about, because yeah, we will be dealing with this situation now, like the whole Shigaraki's, like Shigaraki's childhood memory and the trauma and all that we will be dealing with. Right. So yeah, that's it guys. Thanks for watching. If you guys enjoyed this video, be sure to press the like button, subscribe if you're new to the channel, or you haven't subscribed. Comment down below anything you want to say, anything you want to let me know. I'll check them out. And yeah, that is it. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys next week with another episode of My Hero Academia. Until then, goodbye and have a nice day.